safe enough to bring all children. Stop doing it.
Why do we always have to center the black experience and mixed race conversation?
Because I'm just giving y'all some game because it's been happening for in our spaces. Stop bringing y'all kids. It's dangerous right now. Yeah, it's dangerous. Stop bringing y'all kids. It is dangerous right now. Stop bringing y'all kids. Stop bringing y'all kids. Leave your kids in the safety of the house.
Looking out for white people. How about this?
It's too dangerous.
I'm going to talk about Charlie.
We used to raise y'all kids. I'm telling you, it's too dangerous.
How about we talk about what the clubhouse is for?
Hold on.
It's about Charlie Clark.
Don't bring your
keeps on.
And you're talking. Go ahead. Let's get back on track a little bit. Go ahead, Ann. What were we going to say?
Please.
Ann?
That me and my daughter should stop going to mass.
You can go. Don't bring your kid.
So I shouldn't bring my daughter to mass?
Keep your kid. Well, shit.
Hey, stop interrupting her, please.
Okay.
She keeps derailing.
Do a vigil where we're praying and worshiping God. So you don't think I should bring my daughter to that? So that would mean that I shouldn't bring my daughter to mass. Got it.
No, don't bring her to anything regarding regarding a political
hello?
It's divisive to hell. Like what you're talking about. Not about Jesus. It's about Charlie Kirk is not Jesus. I wish I know that.
Nobody
that shit is not Jesus.
Matt, and let's
there's a big difference.
Because you know what?
Charlie Kirk and Jesus.
There's a big
Nobody
difference.
said that.
Hold on, Alex. Hold on, you guys.
Jesus went to heaven. Charlie Kirk went to.
If the next person that interrupts Matt, you're going to...
I'm holding. Talking over people. There's a big difference between BLM protests and going to a visual. You do know the difference, right?
I can't tell no more, honestly. I look what the fuck.
That's because your vigils always turn into riots.
Look what the fuck just happened.
Okay, Matt.
Well,
Matt.
that's different than y'all visuals.
Yeah.
Y'all should be having fucking snipers.
All
Y'all
right.
should be having trained snipers.
Y'all don't know the meaning of the word vigil. That's the main problem.
Please
Right.
protect y'all children. Y'all already don't have enough. Come on now.
The fact that you're saying...
Vigil
the fact that
doesn't
you're
mean
saying
Protect the kids, please.
and weed, smoking.
I want y'all to make it past 20
This isn't fair.
I want y'all to make it past before you I'm telling y'all that it's getting dangerous out here.
Okay. So if we break down everything that she had said, she did admit to being a radical progressive, so she's always on the side.
No, black.
So she said that she was progressive,
Black.
radical side of things. And now she's saying, y'all shouldn't be bringing your kids. It's dangerous. Well, is there, why would it be dangerous? Why would it be dangerous? What do you know that I don't?
She's not progressive. I've known Harriet for years. She's not progressive.
For fuck's sake. I've known her longer than you.
That's different.
I don't know what she's doing in this room, but she's
but you don't know when to stop talking. We need to talk about Charlie Kirk. Let's stop talking. Let's stop playing defense with black people. How about this? Charlie Kirk echoed the sentiments and gave white people, especially, a voice in the country, and gave them a voice that they haven't heard in a long time. He spoke about Christian values. He spoke about having conversations with people you don't agree with. He made white people feel good about themselves in a climate where white people, and especially white men, have been demonized in every area of the culture. You can't watch a TV commercial where a straight white man is ridiculed and it's always the mother and the kids who are the smart ones, or a TV show where the straight white man is not the buffoon of the family, is made fun of.
Goddamn Jews!
Find it anywhere. And Charlie Kirk was a positive role model, and the reason why he's getting all this hate, regardless of what he said or didn't say, is because they know he was, and they're happy he was shot, and they are fearful of the fact that, white people, if they awake the sleeping giant, there's going to be hell to pay. Well, the giant is awake. We're not going to buy all of these bullshit arguments and be scared, because we are now
White fucking power.
sit down and know it has nothing to do with just ain't gonna work anymore.
I have a question.
So
Alan.
let's talk about all the positive things Charlie Kirk did for white people.
Wait.
And if you don't like that conversation, you can leave.
I have a question,
That's
Alan.
my suggestion for the
Nobody does not like it. Everybody is enjoying the
He
conversation.
made white babies. With his Aryan wife.
Alan, I have a question. I have a question for Alan.
His wife was with America. That's some good blood in there.
I have one question. I just have one question because you gave yourself away. You gave yourself away.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
No, talk about.
Let's have a new voice too. Yeah.
Hold on, I'm just gonna do a quick time out. I just needed like a moment of silence.
Yeah, I just want to address that real quick.
Much.
Yeah, I just want to address Alan real quick. It was two things.
We'll get you guys
Two
checked.
things.
Wait, who is that?
I think that's
This Joshua.
Joshua, does anything like race related? Can we just not race for it? It's so annoying.
It's not dealing with. It's not but dealing with nothing like that. You know, it was just. I just want to have a discussion with Alan. It was nothing like that. It was just two things I was gonna say, especially about the Black Lives Matter. I don't like the Black Lives Matter. It was fun about two lesbian girls who benefited off the Black death. That's all they did.
Oh, you're taking the bait again, Josh. You're taking the bait.
Here we go.
Yeah, I'm gonna go watch the funeral now. It started.
Yo,
Everybody, who's watching the funeral?
We can do the after party.
Matt, can you go back to single mom? Matt, can you go back to single mom so we can
Can we
have
please have
a
a
real
moment of
discussion?
silence? Can we please have a moment of silence?
I'm gonna pull it up. Hold on.
That's wonderful.
Alan, it'd be your own people, Alan. Look how they did.
Hey, Alan. So this is what I wanted to ask Alan. So Alan, you said Charlie Kirk gave a platform for white people to do this and do that. You know, you shouldn't be a right to give black people reparations for all this. Okay, cool, fine, understand that. You know, that's straight. But you also got to take into consideration that when Chinese people come over to this country, they get something called Chinatown. When Arabs come over to this country, they get every store on the block. You know what I'm saying? So we as a people. But and what you got to understand is white people, and they ain't being racist or nothing because somebody say I always follow. You know what I'm thinking?
No?
We got Bubba Shrimp. We got Shrimp.
We're going into streaming. We're going into streaming mode. You might want to not you don't want to be part of that. That's fine. You can leave. But we're gonna listen to a little bit of it, and then we can have a conversation later. But yeah.
Yes, I agree.
Well, what's going on?
Matt, can you pin the link so that they can watch it too if they want?
I didn't hear you. What's that?
She was just saying that you could, can you send the link so we can watch it too?
It's on YouTube. It's on X. It's all over the internet. It's there.
Oh, wait,
Okay, I was just repeating what she said. Is the computer on? Right? Did you try reboot?
Stop!
Why are we being like that? Stop it.
Y'all watching the funeral?
We're streaming it. Go
Oh
on.
well, it's come back later.
Everyone go on mute.
And is it the keynote speakers or no? Or is it just the normal? Where are we at?
Yeah, no, so they're walking in right now.
Okay.
Yeah, all of them. All right, here we go. This is so sad.
Can you mute your audio though? Because I can't even hear my TV.
I'm streaming it.
Yeah, we're all watching it. You're going over everybody's.
No, that's why we're doing this room. Matt wanted me to stream it. Thank you.
You can't play that copyrighted music on here, so let's listen to something else.
I have a question.
Do I take black people? Why would you say that?
Okay. I want to ask, on October 7th, was it Palestinians entering their homeland? In your, that wouldn't be fair to say. Depends on when you started that.
It would be at midnight that October 7th began.
Clearly.
I mean, if we're talking about October 7th, we can talk about Jabotinsky and the Zionist movement as well, right? Let's talk about.
What does that have to do? What does that have to do with anything?
That's your version of October 7th, too.
No, it has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
You want to eradicate the Palestinians and kick them out of their land? Yeah, that's the same kind of concept.
Irrelevant.
It's not. You're acting like you guys have never thought that about the Palestinians. So
Never, ever. No interest whatsoever.
They start projecting the problem is right there in your faces. I'm not sure why it's like all the gaslighting. The Palestinian, you kind of try to whitewash it as resistance and, and like the right of return and free Palestine. But we all know the truth. This armed resistance to the existence of Israel actually translates to terror attacks. And all those checkpoints and all those blockades, they happened for a reason. Because if you go back in time, 30, 40 years, you could walk from any city in Judea and Samaria to Gaza and to Tel Aviv and go to the market and go back and move around, and there was nothing. But, then Intifada 1, checkpoint, Intifada 2, and Hamas vowing to destroy Israel, so blockade. The truth is that the Palestinian movement from the river to the sea is about the eradication of Israel. It's not about freedom of movement. No, there is no freedom of movement for terrorists. And there is no freedom of movement if you want to go and blow up shit. You want to be treated as like human being, like with rights, then act like it.
If you think
internally in your own societies, and you need to eradicate this ideology of sacrificing children to martyrdom and for the blood of Palestinians to liberate it, like enough. We hear it from the river to the sea. We hear it from the river to the sea. Palestine will be Arabic, and we know that Palestine was also Transjordan, and we know that Judea and Samaria was the name until the British came, and the West Bank is a colonial name. We know because history is there. Just open a book. The fact is that the Palestinian identity is a political identity, not a national identity. And that is the problem. They are Arabs from all kinds of places.
Yeah, the same with the Jews from all kinds of places. What are you talking about?
The Jews are also an ethnic group like the Arabs, but the Palestinians is a national political ideology. It's not a national identity. It was created to basically move out the Jews because they believe it's Arab land, okay? That the entire land is Arab land. This is what they want to liberate it from. Just the West is like, they kind of package it in like humanitarian values and like human values and freedoms and like freedom of movement. No, there's a checkpoint for a reason.
Very true.
Daniel, you had a question.
Real dope.
I'm not sure if you got the chance to ask. Yeah, the question was if you believe that on 7th of October those were basically Palestinians like having the right of return and going back to their homeland because it's their land and they just went into their land. No, I believe that the group of militants that conducted that attack, conducted an illegal and an immoral.
No, so let's be honest. It wasn't like a group of militants. It was 6,000 people. About 2,000 of them were like Nukhba terrorists. The rest were PIJ and others, but about half of them, 3,000, what you would call ordinary civilians. They just went in
So I just said
whatever.
a group of I can't be more.
6,000 people. 6,000 people.
Sure.
Me and my friends taking a cab.
Sure.
It's a group of guys.
Whatever you say,
No, okay. You seem.
No, the facts matter, okay? Because if you try to minimize what happened and you don't realize, minimize ideology, that this ideology is not, it's not a mindset of a few people, you know, of like a group of people.
Daniel, like, just chill, bro.
From where?
I'm getting so
People who are where?
The word group.
You're trying to control your
Nationality is where?
You have to say the correct words when you talk to people.
Daniel, like, what is with your, like, do I have the freedom to use a reasonable
Okay,
word?
I will sing a song to be feel free, okay?
6,000. 6,000 is a group of people. Relax, man.
No, it's not a group of people.
I didn't.
No, but it's not. He's trying to point out, guys, it's not
be
just
honest,
a group
okay?
of people, guys.
It's 6,000 people.
Daniel, why are you so delicate with words today?
Well, because words matter. Because if you try to manipulate and you know, and I catch you, and you know, you were talking to Devin before. You know, let's be accurate. You don't run away from the truth.
We started doing the same by saying, was it them going back to their homeland, riot return? You tried to manipulate words as well, Daniel. So I don't know what you're
No, I did not. I did not. Words matter. And listen, the fact is that if you need to manipulate the truth, it's because the truth is not on your side. All right?
Daniel, you don't. Daniel, you're smarter than this. You don't have to kind of jump on a word and get all wound up.
No, you're the one jumping on the word because that's how you. That's how you.
The racist is talking. Everyone, the racist Devin.
Listen, right now, a group of soldiers is conducting some activity in Gaza. I don't know what you're crying about. It's just a group of soldiers.
It is a group of soldiers, yeah.
Yes, okay. So a group of soldiers is in Gaza. Okay.
I think Daniel.
And a group of protesters run on the streets and like, no, everything is very minimized.
Let me tell you what I think what's driving your motivation.
Here we go, another tangent.
I will tell you, you don't need to analyze. I will tell you one word. I will tell you one word.
He's going to analyze everything.
You don't need to analyze me. I will tell you
I would like the freedom to analyze you.
I'm not interested. I will tell you.
I think
listen, you're not in a position with it.
Truth. Analyzing is a form of trolling.
I think that
you are trolling by analyzing.
Comfortable.
Shapeshifter, sweetie, I don't care for your opinion. I care for truth.
Hamas.
I care for truth, okay?
The fact of the matter is, on October 7th, Israel was invaded.
You wanted a bad guy to debate.
And the hostages are still being held.
What are you talking about?
And that invasion has to be repelled.
Hold on, everybody. I'm not sure what
repelling that invasion.
Can everybody hold on?
Okay. I think, Daniel, you were uncomfortable with the fact that I condemned Hamas. You didn't like that because you wanted to be able to debate a different point that you hope I made. So I just used you know why you just ignored that? The only rational explanation is you wanted to kind of villainize my point.
No, the truth is that you said a group of militants, which is, one, not true. Second, minimizing. I wanted to correct, maybe to educate you. I don't want to say that you did it on purpose. Maybe you just didn't know. And if not for you, for the others that are listening, it wasn't a group of militants. It was 6,000 Gazans that went in. About 2,000 of them were Nukhba terrorists. The other were from other groups like PIJ. But about half of them, 3,000, were unarmed, innocent civilians that just went in and also took hostages and stole and like destroyed shit. So not a group of militants, but a portion of the Gaza population that participated in it, later on chilled on it, and until now are harboring our hostages. Not a group of Hamas. It's not Hamas. It's not.
There's no clear dividing line between Hamas and other Palestinians.
Okay.
Yes, also in the reporting they don't differentiate between Hamas and not Hamas.
Okay.
Everything is the same.
That's why I say it's the blind leading the blind. And they wake up to that reality.
By you using the word militant shape is actually correct. If these people actually Googled it, it would come up with Hamas all over fucking Google. So.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why the topic's so sensitive, but I respect.
Yeah, I know. Actually, yeah, but they try to make you seem like you're wrong, but then if they actually did a bit of research themselves, they would actually realize they're wrong.
What are you talking about?
You don't understand why the topic is so sensitive.
And they literally are a militant group. Same as Al Qaeda militant group.
Oh, let's not pass over that. People's lives are at stake, and you're talking about you don't know why it's so sensitive.
No, I don't know why the use of the word group.
So what you see, Shape, now Teddy explained exactly why it's needed. Teddy believes that it was actually just a group of militants that went into Israel on 7th of October, as you try to show, but that is not the reality on the ground.
Okay,
Again, it was thousands of people.
Okay. A group
from different
of
militant groups and also
civilians
that have been radicalized by an ideology. You remember at the beginning of the war, you guys told us you cannot defeat Hamas. Hamas is an ideology. You cannot defeat an ideology, right? Hamas is an ideology.
Okay. A group of radicalized citizens and even ordinary citizens and militants crossed October 7th. I don't understand why the word of group has charged you so much. Now
I didn't charge me. I just want to, again, I explained 3 times. I'm not sure. I guess
Thank you.
Truth is important. Facts are important. And nuances are important. People don't know this.
What's the definition of the word militant then? What's the definition of the word militant then?
Teddy actually thinks that I'm wrong. You see? So this is why it's important. No, so this is why it's important for people like Teddy and for you.
Me and Shape are both wrong.
Shape, okay, hold on. Shape, do you also believe that it was only Hamas that went into Israel on 7th October? Because now he says something else, and Teddy says that you agree with him. So please correct Teddy that I'm correct and he's wrong.
I believe that there were others, such as the groups that you've named, that also crossed the line. That also crossed the border.
They would all be covered within one militant group.
I pointed out one group.
Whose report did you read about 7th of October? Whose report?
I pointed out one group, and you've correctly added that there were other groups that crossed.
Yes, and then Teddy is still arguing. No, but Teddy is still arguing with you now that it was just Hamas, the militant group that went in.
No, Teddy's being charitable because he's picking up that this is not really a material thing to debate. You've added more.
No, it is very important. It is very important. It's a very important distinction to understand.
Now look up the definition of militant, and then they were all grouped together, and they were all acting as a militant group. Dumb.
Okay, I'll Daniel, for the sake of the argument, and actually just even authentic.
I will tell you why it's important.
I agree with
missing
you.
the big picture.
Daniel, I agree with you. So what's the next question?
The question is whether to use the term Hamas or to use the term Palestinians invade Israel, or did Palestinians invade Israel?
Fire.
Hamas.
Okay. There was no question there. That's what this is all about. These are tangents. This guy likes going off on tangents because he's trolling. He knows that there are reasons.
Anyone should just go on your Twitter page. You fucking talk loads of shit on there.
Excuse me?
Repeat.
What are you saying? Go ahead, continue. Devin, yeah, I'll explain. He's pointing out your very troubling racist posts around random stuff like
they're not racist.
Black people dancing in Japan seems to bother you. I mean, that
so what about it?
That seems to be a tangent.
So you want to discuss?
I mean, if you want to ask,
in your
I don't know why.
Quote you from one of your posts.
I don't know why.
Let me quote you from one of your posts. You referred to black people. You referred to black people as pests.
Yes, I have.
Devin,
yes, I have. So
Devin,
what?
I didn't really want
You're
to bring
taking
up.
something out of context, you're trying to.
Hold on. A racist says racist things.
What?
I'll repeat it. A racist says
Context
racist.
needed. Dum-dum.
Yeah, I believe, Devin, that you are racist, and
No, I'm not.
yeah, and
But that's okay. You're entitled to your opinion.
you're the racist opinion.
This is par for the course.
You mentioned the color of someone's skin, and then you say the word pest in the same sentence. You are a fucking racist.
Well, actually,
Okay, you're entitled to your opinion.
what puts it up, what really puts it over the top is he then
Yeah, go ahead.
he then defends it. Like there's a moment where some introspection.
I'm not even defending it. I'm saying the opposite. Do you hear what I'm saying? You're saying I'm racist. I'm saying I'm not racist. I'm not defending. I'm refuting 100%. Do you understand?
That's great.
Okay, so now why don't you move on?
Okay, well, I don't. Teddy, is there?
I understand perfectly clearly. I understand perfectly clearly. You want to say that I am racist. That is part of the course. That is what you'd like to do. You would like to disparage my character. Okay.
Well,
I'm not getting bogged down in your silly diversions.
I would like to invite you to not have a problem with black people dancing in Japan. I would like to offer that you should probably examine yourself and your thoughts and ask yourself why you think the world needs to hear about your opinion of black people dancing in Japan. In fact, you know what I would encourage you to do is just smile and say, "Here's a guy having a good time."
Good. Okay, thank you. Thank you for your advice.
Instead, you choose to highlight them as pests.
And why are you bringing this up?
Well, Teddy brought it up, and I decided to jump on a tangent.
And you're jumping on that tangent. Why?
To be honest, because I know the bothers you. And you're
yeah, if you look at your Twitter page, they're full of them.
That's cool. I don't care at all.
Hey, Devin, it's kind of like when you walk into our rooms and call everybody anti-Semitic.
Yes, and you certainly are anti-Semitic.
We're now calling you a racist because you are a racist.
I don't care. I don't care one way or the other.
Everyone now knows that Devin is a racist.
No, I'm not. But I don't care that you're calling me.
Yeah, I mean, look, we'll let everyone judge for themselves.
Right, exactly, precisely.
Plenty 30 receipts of your tweets.
Yeah, just imagine this, Teddy. Like, humor me this. Of all the things a human being could post for the world to see on X, of all the things happening in the world, Devin chooses one topic, which is a black person.
No, I don't choose one topic.
Devin decides that the planet needs to hear.
Do I choose one topic?
Is a pest.
Do I focus on one topic?
Things you could talk about in the world.
You focus on one topic.
Chooses to use his character limit.
You are at least in this room.
Teddy, what do you think of that?
Well, never mind what Teddy thinks. You are focused in this room on your anti-Semitic diatribe.
What did I say that was anti-Semitic?
Your entire thing is anti-Jew. You hate Jews. It's very simple.
What did I say? Or what behavior have I been showing that suggests that?
Well, first of all, you're trying to demonize the Jews in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Are you not?
Did I ever say the Jews when referring to the conflict?
It's the Jewish state. It's an 80% Jewish state. Only 20% is not Jewish. When you speak of anti-Israel, yes, you speak anti-Jew.
Just that I have very dear Jewish friends on the surrounding.
Just don't continue to baloney. I don't care if you had Jewish friends.
Devin, is it that I condemn Hamas? Is that what you feel makes me anti-Semitic? Is it that I have dear Jewish friends on this app and not on the app? Is it that I've consistently condemned immoral acts done by Arabs? And I've constantly been criticizing anti-Semitism that exists in Arab societies. Is it which one of those things, Devin? Which one of those things?
You are trying to prevent which one of those things and you are talking over me.
Which one of those? Oh, is talking over you anti-Semitic?
No, I'm just pointing out that you're talking over me.
Okay, thank you, Devin. So there's three things that I've done in this room. First of all, condemned Hamas. Okay.
No, you haven't. No, you haven't. You have not condemned Hamas.
Daniel,
Did
I say condemn Hamas earlier, Daniel?
You're talking out of both sides of your mouth.
Quite some time.
You're talking out of both sides of your mouth, shapeshifter.
Well, I am a shapeshifter.
That's your name, isn't
You're
it?
just a shifty bastard.
It is. Oh, it's the angry Scotsman.
Listen to me. I've heard you in multiple spaces talking about Zios. And don't interrupt me. Don't interrupt me.
The role of interrupting is just to prevent information. It's just the way Charles Kirk was.
Sorry, I'm gonna bring you up again, Shifter, when you have some common decency and learn how not to. He's left. Of course he has. You're 100% right, Evan. This piece of shit, and I'll say it, and I would have said it to his face as well. Goes into rooms, talks about Zionists and the Zionists and the Zionists that. People have pointed this out to him before that he's talking about Jews. Most Zionists are Jews. The majority of Zionists in the world are Jews. This guy holds absolute remorse for Jews. And I'm sorry. Yeah, exactly. Thanks. Anyway, listen, I pinned something to the top. This was last night in the Gaza Strip. Hamas executing Palestinians. Seemingly for probably stealing food or something. 3 of them were tortured and executed on a street in the Gaza Strip. And I think everybody should look at it. This is the brutality of Hamas. And people need to realize who they're dealing with.
Thank you, Olive. Well, they won't even show their faces. Cowards.
I think today is about the Palestinians, you know? I think that's it.
Yeah. That's so funny, man.
Today is about the Palestinians. It's not about Hamas. It's not about the IDF.
Hamas are the Palestinians, you idiot.
Hamas are
What makes today about the Palestinians?
So now the Hamas are not Palestinians. That's interesting.
No. The same way, you know, all Americans.
The Jews are IDF.
The same way.
We treat all the Jews like the IDF, yeah.
Yeah, the same way the NBA All-Star team are not all Americans. Do you know what I mean? Even though all the NBA, they're all Americans, but all Americans are not in the NBA All-Star team. Do you know what I mean? So no, they're not all. All the Palestinians are not Hamas. Do you know what I mean? So this day is about.
No, I don't know what you mean. No, Palestinians are Hamas.
Right, so I'll break it down.
No, you don't need to break it down. I'm fine, thank you.
Scattered around the world and we hunted down the Nazis.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, the world has recognized Palestine as a state. And this is a momentous day.
Four countries, not the world.
Not four today.
And what's that going to do for everything?
Well,
Tell me.
one of system was the one that recognized Israel in the first place. So
how can you recognize a state that has no international borders, that has no president, that has no currency? Absolutely, of course it does. Internationally recognized borders.
Does it have concrete borders? Can you tell me?
Yes, absolutely. You tell me where they are, because you seem to know more than me, Aziz.
Israel is one of the few states without that hasn't confirmed its actual borders.
Oh, really? Is that right? Tell me. So how does that work then?
So if I can just walk and like until well. Like
so they have.
You're a fucking clown, man. You're a clown.
You
can Google it.
I know a lot about borders. Tell me where Israel doesn't have borders. Honestly.
Okay, so I just asked ChatGPT because I'm not an intellectual.
Have you ever tried stand-up comedy?
What are you afraid of?
Have you ever tried stand-up comedy?
Well, I'm about to have my first.
Clearly you're good at it.
ChatGPT is only good as the sites that it scrapes. It's not a knowledge source.
Can I read it out? At least just what it says. Obviously, we can dispute it off. It's only a robot, right? Probably not. It's not that clever, right? So look, this is what the robot says, right? This is what the robot says. I asked the robot, does Israel have concrete, solid borders? It says Israel doesn't have what you call solid, settled borders in the sense of a universally recognized fixed frontier. Its borders are a patchwork of armistice lines, security zones, and disputed territories. So, I mean, I don't know, the robot seems to agree with me. I don't know, you know what I mean? So, that's quite interesting. What say you?
How about you go on the other side of the border and try to get into Israel and see if it's a defined border or not?
Well, I just asked the robot. I don't know. You know, robots can be wrong, robots can be right. Well, how do we feel about what the robot says? I don't know.
I think the robot's always wrong.
The robot. I don't want to say
the robot's just scraping internet websites. So.
I don't know. It's just what the robot says. You know, it could be wrong. It's just a robot, right? It did say at the end, though, as a footnote, it says, do you want me to map out the different scenarios of what Israel's quote, air quote, final borders could realistically look like? So whether that means, I don't know what that means. But what we do know is today, Britain, Australia and Canada recognise, and Scotland, I believe. Shout out Scotland.
Scotland do something independent of the United Kingdom.
I mean, shout out Scotland.
Do you know what I think is really funny? I think it's actually really funny.
Olaf, is it the
yes, United Kingdom on international issues. The United Kingdom deals for the whole of the United Kingdom. What I think is actually quite funny is though, people like you, Aziz, who are obsessed with the fact that I was born in Scotland. 58 years old and haven't lived in Scotland for probably the last 40 years now. In fact, yes, 40 years now. So I'm not Scottish, and I don't regard myself as Scottish. The fact that the accent has stayed, but so what?
It's great.
It makes no difference. You, on the other hand, Aziz, are obsessed with the fact that I'm from Scotland. You seem to think it's like, it bothers me when you say that I'm from Scotland. It doesn't bother me. Absolutely, it makes no difference to me whatsoever. I think suits you, nothing. But that's besides the point. Your obsession with Israel and the Jews is quite fascinating as well. I don't understand the obsession, to be honest with you. In fact, I don't understand the majority of your obsession with Jews and with Israel. It's really quite fascinating to me.
I'm not obsessed with the Jews. I don't think
you
it's
are.
a religious concern.
Yeah, of course it is. Of course it is, man.
Why are so many Jews obsessed with Palestinians?
Remember, okay, the United Kingdom has, yes, that very shameful thing. It's an embarrassment. But remember how the Westminster parliamentary system works. It can be rescinded, Aziz. And I will be contacting my member of parliament and finding out what's happened. Because that is the most shameful recent events in British history.
Are you going to contact Australia as well?
I'm so ashamed. I'm so ashamed to be British.
I think is it France soon as well? When's France doing it?
Well, France holds in Paris. It doesn't matter what France does.
So, I mean, is it just Britain you're going to contact? Are you happy with Australia doing it, or are you going to contact
Australia doing it, but we don't like that?
Okay, if the king says stop it, Canada will stop it, and Australia will stop it.
Well, we are sick of your Palestinian rallies here in Sydney or anywhere. We're just sick of those rallies. You jam the roads all the time. You're jamming the roads. You don't have anything to do with Palestine. You're fucking 1,000 miles away from there. Why should you know?
The British are not just accepting
everyone else doesn't talk about saying how much.
Those Arabs out there have just accepted the Palestinians. These people are like biblical.
This is a glorious, momentous day. We have to.
It doesn't change anything. It doesn't change anything.
On paper, you can recognize as many countries as you can.
It's moving in the right direction for the Palestinians.
There's no direction. It's like United Nations. It's a paper tiger. You took this tiger.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like once
141 countries put sanction on Israel, nothing's gonna happen.
Okay, hold on. Let me ask you a question. So, you know those men that are identifying as women? Has it changed anything? They're still men, right?
Right.
So these people that are identifying Palestine as a state, what the fuck is it going to do?
These are countries, brother. It's a big deal, man.
So what? What's it going to do?
It's like when the UN says, like, they say, yeah, you know, we have make a proclamation. Nobody cares what they say.
It part of that narrative you guys have when they say, state of Palestine never existed.
If it makes you happy, so be happy. But if it floats your boat, but on the ground you don't have anything.
I mean, listen, we can say what we like. Undeniably, Israel was recognized by Britain, and now Palestine is recognized by Britain.
You know what? Let's recognize the UK as a Palestinian state.
Aziz, the difference is that Israel was de facto a country, and then when it was recognized, it became the country. Now with Palestine, it's a different thing. They basically say we are a state that has no sovereignty, no borders, no nothing, and they also say only if Hamas will not rule over that country, while Hamas, if you do now polling within the Palestinian in Judea and Samaria and Gaza, get the majority of the votes. So it's a bit kind of like bizarre. Also, the Pope parties always kind of claim, no, Britain has no authority to decide who lives on this indigenous area. And now they're like, oh my God, Britain is like so important that they acknowledge us.
But it's relevant to you, of course, right? Because you.
And the fact is, and this is what you need to understand. This is why I kind of did two things. There's de facto, right? And on de facto, it changes absolutely nothing. Even if anything, it kind of makes this thing even further away from reality, because the unilateral recognition, it will not work, okay? And using it as a leverage against Israel just kind of shows that it was never meant to work.
But how can de facto is not a legal process? Like de facto is just by default, right? That doesn't mean anything. Like,
de facto is what's happening actually in reality.
Oh yeah, but it has no standing in any legal structure. You know what I mean? When Britain recognizes you,
of course it does.
That was a treaty that was signed.
You know the entire thing about like
the UN says something, nothing signed.
Listen. Israel, for example, we have the Golan Heights. We control full Jerusalem. Now, not all countries recognize that the Golan Heights is ours. Not all countries recognize that Jerusalem is ours. Okay, for them, the Yura, meaning the legal status of Jerusalem, is that it's illegal or illegal, whatever they think. But de facto, the reality on the ground doesn't change. Even if the entire world will now decide that Israel, Tel Aviv, should be renamed the Aziz City, they could call it, but in reality, on the ground here, it will not change anything. This is what I'm trying to.
Reality, if not, I could be sitting, swinging on my chair, thinking I'm the president of the United States. If the world doesn't think I am, then I'm definitely not the president president of the United States.
No. It doesn't matter. No.
It's kind of how things work a little bit.
No. Let's say you have. Let me give you. If you have like a $1 billion in your bank account, but the world does not believe that you have, it doesn't matter. You still have $1 billion in your bank account. Got it? Because that is technically you do. That is the reality.
No, because we don't recognize your money, right? We just don't.
No.
May I ask you?
Okay. So basically, what's going to happen is Israel is able to defend the country.
Hi, Danny.
It doesn't matter what Hamas says.
Did you bring home your new boyfriend to your husband?
They can make whatever.
Did you bring home your new boyfriend to your child?
Then it doesn't matter.
How's it going there in the home? Are you bringing peace? Or are you bringing chaos and wasting all your time on Clown House? You could be so much better than this, Danny. You're so much smarter than this. You could do so much more with your time.
Yeah, but now you're so wrong. Now they have every right to attack Israel, though. That's the thing. Even the Muslim countries around them, they have every right to attack them, but they can't say they're terrorists anymore because they're recognized, right?
It's a sovereign state. It's a sovereign state.
Yeah, it's a sovereign state, so you have no say. They're not terrorists.
Yeah, you have to respect their legal.
So by that logic, Afghanistan was also a sovereign state, didn't it, Bombay, for like 20 years?
Right.
Sovereignty doesn't mean anything. If somebody want to do it, they will do.
So what you're saying is, even if it's bad,
you have to be strong to protect your sovereignty.
So you don't mind being the bad.
Yeah, where was the UN when there was Russia and the US attacking Afghanistan back in the day? Where was the UN then?
Aziz, I'm not Muslim, I'm not Jew, but I'm gonna ask you some simple questions. When Muslims say that this place belongs to us, so it's coming from your I'm stamping that we were here before. By that logic, Jews predate you.
My thing is not like who was here first, right? Because there were people here before the Jews were. Abraham came from Babylon. I don't care about that shit. What I think is, if you have a house somewhere, just don't kick me out because that's terrible. If you kick me out, let me back. If you don't let me back,
no, that's not how things work. That's not how things work.
Well, if it doesn't work like that,
well, throughout history. What did the Romans do? What did the Greeks do? What did the Ottomans do? What did the British do? The French?
They colonized.
So Pakistan actually created because by kicking out.
Yeah, that's terrible, right?
Okay, so by your logic, then we should give back every single house that was ever taken from every single place for every single person. You know how stupid that sounds?
Right. This is why we have. This is why post 1948 we have laws in place to account for this. I don't want to talk about fucking Mesopotamia and fucking Indus Valley civilizations. I don't care about that shit. Post 1948, the country sat together.
Okay, well, you don't care about them. What about the people that were kicked out before 1948?
Right.
A lot of people in the U.S., the Native Americans. Are you saying fuck them?
No, but this is so.
No, those people don't matter. But what you're talking about matters, right?
No, but I'm asking you, what are you implying? Should we give?
No, I'm using your logic. You said the people that were kicked out, should we go back in? So that means the U.S. should come out, and the Native Americans can own this land, correct?
Due to the fact that Israel,
you made up an arbitrary year. You said anything after 1948 counts. Everything before 1948 doesn't count. So that means every single person that had land quote unquote taken away from them,
therefore,
to give it back.
Well, it's not arbitrary, David. The country sat around.
Okay, but you're making that arbitrary date.
There was World War II, and after that, they sat around and faced each other as diplomats and looked at each other in the eyes and said,
"Why are we even, guys? Hold on. Why are we even talking about before?" About 80 years ago, 100 years ago, 1,000 years ago. No, hold on, man. I have the mic. So why are we talking about October 7th? And how could anybody normal in the world even feel sorry for the Palestinians? How could they? It's because they only hate Israel. How could anybody with a heart feel sorry for any Palestinian? No, shut the fuck up. After what happened, after watching these videos, after watching the brutality, the little 5-year-old that his whole family got murdered. He was in a town in Gaza City where all of the citizens, the elders, the kids were taunting and laughing at him. How could anybody feel sorry for the brutality and the horrific acts and then see that we...
Okay, this is President Trump's house. This is Matt Cool's room. We are Charlie Kirk live stream and is live streaming the event.
Charlie was not silenced. His movement is only beginning. The voices of millions globally have been awakened, furthering his cause in missions far beyond anyone's comprehension. We won't cower in fear. We will never surrender. We are resolved to live free from lies and seek out what is true. We will respectfully, boldly, challenge what is accepted by culture in order to seek out what is true and acceptable to God Almighty alone. To everyone here today, live free. True freedom is not found in doing whatever we want, but pursuing Christ and doing what is right. In Charlie's words, get married. Have more children than you can afford. Build a legacy. Pass down your values. Pursue the eternal. Seek true joy. Charlie led by example. It's not only seen in the incredible wife, Erica Kirk, his two beautiful children, the legacy he built, his values, his love of God, and true joy he found in his Savior, Jesus. But in countless people, especially young people like Elizabeth,
Young Jewish woman with some marital problems at home. You got no peace in the home because you're not bringing wisdom into the home. You're bringing mind virus into the home, and your husband's bringing mind virus into the home. Pick up the Tanya, read the Tanya, 60-second clips, read it here on Clubhouse, and you'll eliminate the brain rot inside of you. You'll have more peace in your home. And you'll bring intelligence back into your home. CEO and chair of Turning Point USA. Welcome to the room. My El Normo can bring good advice about peace in the home and through divorce. Who knows?
Oh my goodness.
El Normo's a good man for advice. He may think he's not good at giving advice, but El Normo, you've got great wisdom.
I would rather do that. I don't have to be married, right? Because I'm not.
Listen, whatever your situation is, it really doesn't matter. You need to bring books back into your life, Danny, and all your situational problems will resolve because a lot of it is psychological. So a book is a great way to unravel, the situation you're in.
Everything is psychology.
Yeah, and Tanya deals with emotions.
Of what we say, you always say the same thing about life. Like you have that quote about hypnosis, and I couldn't think of it, and it drove me crazy.
Listen, when I say hypnosis, what I'm really saying is education, because education is hypnosis.
Hypnosis? Did I remember? Is that the quote? What's the quote?
Okay, Danny, welcome to what I call book club. I'm not just going to tell you or give you advice. I'm going to show you. All right, anybody else in the room want to come up on stage and say anything to Danny? Because we're about to join the book club where we read Tanya.
Okay, going back to our regularly scheduled programming.
So anyways, we work 24/7. He would tell every supporter of ours between me and we were a team that was never off the clock. Full coverage. I would usually stay until 2 or 3 in the morning, working on the next big Turning Point USA project and text Charlie reports of what our team that day had accomplished. It was like this every day. Work, report, and wait to see my text messages to Charlie flip from delivered to read as soon as he woke up on the East Coast so he can be firing away feedback, thoughts, and a flurry of brilliant Charlie Kirk ideas as soon as he opened his eyes. I'm not kidding you, this was every single day. And all it takes is 2 dudes to dream up big stuff and talk each other into really insane ideas, which Charlie and I did often to one another. We would go back and forth with those ideas, perfecting them, turning into bigger, more insane.
Sacrifice.
What's that?
Stop the child sacrifice.
No, that's not exactly it. I
Also,
said,
stop the
hang on, Aziz.
International terrorism.
What I said is that Hamas is sacrificing their children. Hang on. Well, you should, because we're fighting a war with them.
Britain doesn't
So
think.
I
Britain
said,
doesn't agree.
hang on, Aziz.
I live in
Hang
Britain.
on, Aziz. Calmly, don't get all freaked out. I can see how frightened you are because you get faster and faster when you talk. You stop catching your breath. Your breath gets shallow. I can hear it. So statement number 1, I know sometimes the facts are hard to hear. I don't blame you. I said,
Well, I live in England. We don't agree.
Calmly, Aziz. Don't freak out, man. This is just talk. Don't lose your shit. So you're going to have to change your underwear. I said Hamas is sacrificing their children, didn't I?
Change
Did
my
you hear me
diaper.
say that? I said Hamas is sacrificing their children and that we're going to stop them. Did you hear that part? Or did you miss it?
So when
Wait.
they
Did you
sacrifice
hear that part, Aziz? Aziz, calmly. Don't freak out like a little.
No, I have questions.
Did you hear that part first?
No, yeah, I did. You love speaking, so I want to ask you questions.
Hang on, calmly.
No, we're hanging on.
Hang on, Aziz.
What are we
Did
hanging
you
on
hear
to?
me say, hang on, Aziz? Don't get all like the
You sound terrified.
You're all quivery now.
You sound afraid,
You're all
bro.
quivery, and it's a little bit embarrassing as a man to see another man peeing in his old underwear that he hasn't changed in a week. So I said Hamas is sacrificing their children. Now, where's the evidence of that? Well, the woman that you just mentioned, the little girl. Hang on, Aziz. Aziz, hang on.
Is it an
interrupting a lot? I guess because this stuff is hard to hear, and I don't blame you. It's hard to hear. But if they weren't sacrificing their children, they could have allowed the children into the tunnels, couldn't they have? Wouldn't that have saved Habiba's life if she had been allowed to take shelter in a tunnel? Because she's a civilian non-combatant. But how did she get killed? Hamas hid behind her, didn't they, Aziz? So who's responsible for sacrificing their children? That would be Hamas, wouldn't it be, Aziz? Right? 500 kilometers of tunnels and no children allowed down there? Not one? Is that outrageous? No civilians allowed down there? Not one? Is that not outrageous? So let's compare and contrast. In Israel, Arab, Israeli, Jew, Baha'i, Yazidi, Samaritan, Druze, everybody is allowed into the safe rooms. In Gaza, nobody is allowed into the safe rooms. How do you explain that, Aziz? Put your answer in the chat. Go ahead.
He just left.
He freaked out?
Oh, he just walked off.
The stuff is tough to hear. I don't blame him.
On 21st September.
They did, and Canada.
What is this now? What are you saying now about Australia and Canada?
They recognize Palestine as a state, but I also know a kid. I also know a kid. 100%. I know a kid in my daughter's school that she considers herself a cat, and the school recognizes her one. But we all know she's not a fucking cat.
Yeah.
And I also know men that identify as women, but we know that they're not. They're still men, so they can identify and be recognized as such. But as long they never are, that doesn't make it true.
On the ground is not going to count. It's not going to count on the ground.
Believe in angels. A lot of people believe in angels and ghosts, and that's fine. But that doesn't make angels and ghosts real. Where is this Palestine? Who's the president? Gail doesn't know. St. Elmo doesn't know.
No. I'm actually saying it doesn't actually count. Whatever you just recognize, it doesn't count on ground.
Hang on a second, man. Hang on. It doesn't matter if they don't have a government?
What is it was before in 1948. It didn't exist in any map for the last 2,000 years.
That's not true. I'm not talking about maps now. Wait, it was always there. I'm not
It
talking
was
about
never-
maps. Hang on, Gail. Hang on, Z. I'm not talking about maps. I'm not talking about 1948. In 1948, right around the same time, actually late 19th century, Greece was created. It was a reconstitution of ancient Greece. Right around that time, Ireland was created. It didn't exist before. Pakistan was created in 1947. It didn't exist before. Germany was divided in two in 1945. That hadn't been done before. Hawaii became a part of the United States. That hadn't been true before. Alaska became part of the United States. Alaskans are Americans now. That didn't exist before. The fact that things change is not a contradiction of reality. It's an affirmation of reality. What did you want to say, St. Elmo?
I'm saying Bangladesh also got created.
St. Elmo, your name is not St. Elmo.
Bangladesh also got created. It never existed. Yeah.
Say that again.
Bangladesh also got created. In
I can't hear that first word.
Hey, Mom.
You look so cute doing your little joggity jig. I could eat you up.
Oh, wow. I'm a buttercup.
Samantha sent it to me and I can't stop playing it. You also look so fit and you look so happy doing your little jig.
That's not me. That's AI software. I'm not actually dancing.
No way.
Yeah, that's a computer.
Get out.
Yeah, that's why I sent it.
That looked like your body.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. You
Come
upload
on,
it.
you serious?
Yeah, I'm not making this up. You upload a picture and it'll create a video for you.
I just made big bucket of chicken soup. Wish you were here.
Get all that
I felt
bone
like
marrow.
chicken soup. Fall is in the air. There was chickens at the store, and they were the one that I picked up was dated today. So the butcher was right there loading the cases, and I said, "What do you say you discount this chicken that goes bad by tomorrow?" "Certainly," he says. Says, "How much would you like to pay for it?" So I said, it's $10. I'll pay $6. He says, "You got it." How do you like that?
Deals. Deals and deals.
I have noticed that they're not like sticking stickers on stuff. People that stuff is dated, they want you to walk out with it. So you gotta be careful that way. So I went to this great big dance. Albuquerque had an outdoor international music festival last night, and this one woman who was from Brazil, she wanted to wind up the crowd. And she said that every 23 minutes in Brazil, a Brazilian gets killed. She says she's got a pending visa. She's been waiting a year so far. She wants to get into the U.S. I'm like, I don't want you here, slow bitch.
Well, she was a musician?
She seemed dangerous to me.
She was a musician?
Yeah, good one too.
Oh.
Very good. Good singer. She was the only, there was only 3 players. One was a white drummer, so he probably came from Albuquerque and, rounded out her little trio. But she's the only one that got people up dancing. The other band didn't sing. They just played these really cool electric, it was like a great big bowl with strings. Something I'd never seen before. Anyway, it was nice. My neighbor and I went together. He's the same age as I am. One month younger. And real fit guy. Hey, that body on your AI had you looking real fit.
Mom, it's a video, okay? But I gotta get to work and get to the gym. So what else is important that you want to talk about?
Just wanted to also remind you and extend, if you still wanted to come just for a couple of days, Farron's coming now for 2 days. Maybe you want to come.
Well, I would just put that as a tentative
I got a ticket
no.
for you.
Oh, I know. I'm just telling you that as of now, it's a tentative no. I just can't logistically do it, so I would have to mark me down as a no on that RSVP note. I apologize.
Okay.
But I will say that for Thanksgiving or Christmas, that would probably be when I'd be able to fly down there.
It would probably just be you and I then, because Sam, I know, is having her mother-in-law and her husband and the kids are going to the Ellensburg. What the hell was that? Going to the Ellensburg house. So you would just be here with me, which would be fine. You might not want to do that, but I'd be happy to have you here.
Yeah, that's probably when I'd be able to do it.
That's the worst time in the world to travel, Dan.
Well, I don't know. Christmas and Thanksgiving in Albuquerque is pretty nice. I'd be happy to get out of Chicago.
Well, that's true. I've never forgot that stinking trip we went to San Diego and couldn't get back, or I couldn't get back for 2 days.
Mm-hmm.
That was frightening.
Yeah, traveling can cause increased stress levels.
Mm-hmm.
Big
What do you
time.
think of Trump putting that $100,000 entry fee for foreign countries coming over here to work?
Yeah,
You
good.
like it?
Yeah, good. Tax them because these corporations are getting away with tax evasion.
Right. I love that. That was a good one. And today's a big memorial. You might find it on Live Now. Trump attended Arizona's memorial for Charlie Kirk.
Mm-hmm.
That guy was a real inspiration to the young people to motivate their thinking one way or the other. He gave them platform information to study their own opinions, and that was very valuable to have a person willing to do that to help our college students out. I feel very bad about that. How do you feel?
Yeah, he was murdered by a deranged, brain-rotted out young person who, I think it's directly because of cell phones and all these platforms that can brainwash you. I thank God that I grew up basically. I remember when I got my first text message, and it was just this, you had to push the button 3 times to get to the letter. So think about how communication has changed. The ability to really brainwash, demoralize, and rot out somebody's soul and destroy their life. It can be delivered to you in the palm of your hand through your cell phone. There's no other way to get the virus. It's a mind virus.
Mm-hmm.
Many young men.
That's a good way of putting it. Mind virus.
It is a
and
virus.
they can spend useless hours researching the darkest caverns they can go.
Yeah, people.
That's radicalizing a lot of these kids. The parents started them out with cell phones. Look at the A-train who are committing all this deliberate issues. Steering the U.S. down. As a matter of fact, those people are no longer contributors to our society. Now we get to pay to have them rot in jail. Right? I hope they give that kid the death penalty to finally waken. Maybe it'll be a wake-up call. I'm not sure. Maybe more states will start putting the death penalty together.
Well, they really need to start regulating cell phones and the information that people are consuming on them. There's all these apps, like, you probably don't know what these companies are, but the young kid who shot Charlie Kirk was radicalized on an app called Discord.
Saw that.
Yeah, also Telegram. So there's just a lot of extremist groups on those apps on the left and the right. And it can polarize somebody and make them extremely fearful and extremely angry and radicalize somebody to commit murder. You know, look what happened to Charlie Kirk. So.
Yeah. Did you see that his weapon was an antique?
Yeah.
I wonder where he got his hands on that.
It was
his parents probably know.
It was his grandfather's.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, he kept writing in text messages to his gay lover boy back at home saying, I don't know how I'm going to explain this to my father. I don't know how to explain this to dad, you know, because, like, he's just a kid, you know? And, but he knew he was screwed because, you know, he lost the gun. So his dad and his grandfather would have known it was him.
Well, what did he want to explain to his father that he couldn't do it?
No, he was going to try to keep it a secret, but he unfortunately lost the rifle. He couldn't recover it. And so his, you know, alibi would have been blown.
Oh.
He tried to carry it.
Why couldn't he recover it? He told his boyfriend where it was.
Well, you'll have to read the letter. I don't really want to discuss it with you right now, but if you take the time to listen and do some research and find the articles, you can listen to it all. I don't have it in front of me to read to you. But anyways, that's my schedule. But the campaign here is going good. We are over 700 signatures now, so there's a good chance we get on the ballot in March.
How many do you need?
700.
Oh. You're there.
Yep, we're there.
Can't hurt to get a few extra, huh?
Yeah, if I could get another 700, that is probably what it would take to effectively beat any challenge to the signatures.
What about going to the train platform where people leave from every day?
Yep, I've heard of these things called trains. But there's a calendar in Rockford of all their major events for September, October. So I need to review that calendar and drive up there. I'm probably going to rent a car because the last time I drove my car on the highway, it was rattling really badly. So, plus my battery died the other day at Superdog. And this car is nothing but a 24-year-old deteriorating problem. So I don't feel comfortable driving there in it and getting back safely. So I'm gonna.
Well, maybe it just needs a total look over, you know?
Yeah, I've had new brakes put on, I had new tires put on, and I told the guy, he's like, your tires probably aren't secure enough, you know, so I need to bring it back in. But for me, I just want to do like a 24-hour trip, so I can rent a car for 2 days, get a hotel room or an Airbnb, and myself, I can get 100 signatures, and I have to pick up the petitions from the girl that I've been paying who's been working for me. And she's going to Minnesota on Tuesday, Wednesday, so I want to get there tomorrow before she goes on her trip, because who knows, maybe I'll never see her again and not get the petitions that she's worked so hard to get. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay, I'll let you concentrate. Just thought you were really cute in that little campaign
That's
video.
the point.
Cute.
That's the point, to be funny, to be cute, to be nice, to be kind, but to use technology for communication, because people's attention spans are 3 seconds. That's it. That's all you get is 3 seconds with somebody. After that,
Here's where it appealed to me. You bothered to put your tight shirt and tight pants on to show off your efforts, and you were rewarded from all your workout, and you had a happiness in your face, and your little kind of like toe dance. You were a little bit light on your feet, so you must have been somewhat on your toes.
You know, it's a video that I didn't actually do that, right? I've already told you, it's a picture. You upload a picture, and then it creates a video. So that's not me dancing. That is an AI video. Watch it again closely, and you'll say, you know what? That is obviously not him. That is a video creation done by a computer at Google.
Well, don't change your happiness on your face.
I get
That's what I was charmed by.
I get it, but next time you watch it, you'll see it. You'll say, oh, I see it now. This isn't real.
I even like the background. Did you create the background at least?
It's a little bit like my background, but I can send you the picture that I used to create that video.
No, I like what I saw.
How did you get it? Did Samantha text it to you?
Yeah, she sent it to me this morning when I woke up. There it was.
So wait, what's your cell phone number that I can text you at?
Cell phone number? No, don't do it to the cell phone, because the little postage stamp size screen, you can barely see anything in it.
Oh, I understand.
Is that what you mean?
No, I was saying, how did...
Give me her cell phone.
No, so did she email you?
Yeah.
That's how you got the video, right? She emailed you?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought she text messaged you.
No. It looked like it came from YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay. She's not leaving today. She leaves tomorrow.
Okay, cool.
And she's driving with this male that Farron probably hired to drive with her to Nevada.
I mean, you kind of
And she'll drop him.
You think he hired somebody to drive with her?
My guess is who would do that without getting paid? I believe he's a fishing guide, because she's never drove that thing, and Farron wants to make sure she gets a few miles under her belt and feels comfy.
Oh, I see.
That's my guess.
Got it.
I think it was a generous idea of him.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's so crazy
Then
to have
he's
such a
probably
big...
flying them home on his dime, too.
Oh, wow.
I know.
All right, well, be kind and be loving, and kindness and loving will be returned to you when you meet them.
I do feel that way. I feel very always ready to assist and with kindness in my heart.
Well, do you remember what happened at your house in Grand Junction when Samantha was crying and screaming and you two got in a physical fight and she stormed off and left your house?
Oh, no, that wasn't true. That was Shlomo. Samantha was engaged with Shlomo's anger. Samantha actually left Shlomo after that because of how he treated me. Sam and I did not have a fight.
No, you
It
two...
was all Shlomo's rage.
No, she got up in your face crying and screaming, and I think you may even have put your hand on her throat, but she left.
No.
Well, what I'm saying is, I don't look at Samantha as just Samantha anymore. She's transmutated into a different creature known as Samarin, which is a combination of Samantha and Farron. Her new name is Samarin. So just remember, you are no longer just dealing with your daughter. You're dealing with a new creature, a combined two people in one known as Samarin. So just remember that you're no longer just addressing your daughter. You're addressing a double identity known as Samaritan. That's the way I look at people when they get married. You have to treat them differently.
You're right. And I really actually never thought I'd even see him, but for a brief moment, because I've never even sat down with the guy and had a conversation. I think he was avoiding me at all costs, by continually keeping himself occupied and away from Samantha's and my visit. I never even talked to him. But one thing he did say is that I did a very good job raising Samantha. And I said, well, it's your job now. Please don't mess it up.
Yeah, well, I mean...
You kids are doing pretty good, I gotta say.
Well, I'm just...
The era that I had you.
What I'm trying to tell you is, you know, this is a big thing for Samantha. So if you have to humble yourself and eat a little dirt and zip your mouth and just be a pleasant person and just be a hostess. Like, there's no need to try to crack an egg or even have a conversation. You know, this isn't like Jeannie's hour of power here. I mean, you know, bring him in, take him out. No need to create any drama. That's all I'm saying is, you know, why create drama when there's no need to have drama? If somebody else is going to create drama and you're going to pick up that mind virus, that's a you problem. You have to basically, you know, I'm just saying, I'm sure things will go well, but I'm just saying, based off of my observations, there does seem to be a tendency, you know, for Samantha to protect
her.
Yeah, that she can get upset over something. And the thing is, it's about, you know, you got to understand, you're very strong and a centered person, but you can be too intense and you can talk too much and you can scream too much.
I asked her about that Shlomo thing. Apologies, but I do remember when she got back to LA, she broke up with him because of that incident. Well, it's not just that incident. It was because of his control, manipulation. Okay.
Yeah.
So is she.
It all works itself out. You know, I never even wanted to have an opinion because you just observe and you wait and see. And you observe and you wait and see. And then, you know, people's attitude and their character and their communication always outs somebody. It's always what they say and how they say it, which either makes it or breaks it.
Agreed. That's very good. What do you call it? Theory or philosophy?
Yeah, it's people's words matter. How they say it, when they say it, what they're saying. I mean, he was nothing but disrespectful and obnoxious every time I ever observed him around you. He was never polite or courteous or, you know, overly thankful or just pleasant. He was always, why the fuck did you put the non-microwavable plastic in the fucking microwave? You know, it's like...
No, wait a minute, here's a better one. Everybody was seated to start passing the dishes around, and I was finally through with bringing it all into the dining table. Remember we sat on a picnic table?
Mm-hmm.
Just as I threw my leg over that picnic bench and I had lowered myself, he says, could I get him a cup of tea? And I said, sure, you can get yourself a cup of tea. I was not getting up for that motherfucker. I gave him that nice coach out, brand new carpet on the floor. His dogs ate the rolls. Remember the rolls? I think Linda had put the rolls in that mud room. Remember when you came in, you'd have to go pass through that mud room before you came in the kitchen?
Yeah.
Linda put the rolls out there, and his dogs were out there, and they ate the crown off of every single roll. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
That was a tight little garage. I couldn't believe how incredibly condensed it was going up and down that little spiral staircase.
What garage are you talking about?
In his backyard, where him and
Oh,
Samantha
God,
lived.
yeah. That was frightening, wasn't it?
It was wild. It was, it felt very California, I guess, but it was so tight. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, he had to go straight up because you didn't have enough footage on the floor to put an angled staircase up. Maybe, you know what he should have done? Built on the outside, sort of like a little cabinet, and put the staircase on the outside. And then you'd come back into the inside once you were at the top.
God, he had that storage container in the backyard, and he was paying...
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
He was paying monthly for that fucking piece of metal in the backyard. I was like, why the hell would you pay for this shit monthly? Are you, some people are really, they love their tools.
You know why I think he might have done that? Because he got it in there. It was going to be risky getting it back out.
Yeah.
Remember how tight that alley turn was?
Yeah.
And it's possible he was holding out till they would sell it to him. Because it was ideal to keep it.
Yeah, 100%.
He could have used it as a garage, too. He could have taken the doors off on the inside of the yard and closed them at the back side of the yard, put a roll-down door on that. Would have made a nice little, no, it wasn't little, was it? It was big.
Well, anyways, enough about the past. Anything else you want to talk about that's important?
No, just pretend you're throwing your arms around me and let me melt inside your chest.
My little buttercup.
Thank you.
All right.
My big buttercup.
Okay, thanks, Mom. Love you. Have a great Saturday, or what is it, Sunday or Saturday now?
Sunday. Yeah. Yep. Okay, gotta go to UPS and send the box back.
Okay. Have a good afternoon. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye, Johnny.
Okay, bye.
Love you.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye.
My little buttercup. Poor little buttercup. Poor little buttercup. Hello. Shavua Tov.
Favor, I know you recorded my room right now, but you need to please delete it because my friend by accident said some personal info about me. It could be a big problem for me.
Well, I'm not actually recording the audio of the room. I'm just recording the video of the room, so you don't have to worry about it.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
No problem. Okay.
Like Somalis, we'd like to have a room open for him. That'd be great because that's gonna be.
Yeah, AK, you want it up? What's up?
Yeah, I just want to. I have ADHD, so I just like being able to speak.
You just like being able to speak?
Yeah, exactly.
What do you want to speak about?
Nothing yet. I'm just waiting for some dialogue.
Oh, you just want to have a chance to speak?
Okay. Yeah, like just if I have if I don't freak out, then it's gone.
I get it. Gail, you coming up? I don't want to be yelling, man. Honestly, Gail, you can come up and talk normal. Because I was in a room with you the other night and we actually talked normal, so I don't know why we do that in this space. We start screaming, so please.
Don't scream.
Okay, good. How's everybody's day going so far?
As we think about the loss of our friend and partner, Charlie Kirk. But did you hear a political figure last week saying that Charlie Kirk was ignorant because he didn't have a college degree? I've seen him run circles around people with college degrees. You know, I wonder side of the classroom. And I am delighted to see the young people of our land merging with the older people like me and moving in the same direction and understanding that our nation was founded upon the kind of principles that allowed us to rise from nothing.
Ready to stop stressing about your roof for good?
Including our Judeo-Christian beliefs, that our...
No, but what was her point to Charlie?
The fact that she didn't want to have an abortion, even though her father was the father of her brother and her son.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was one of the.
But the point was that she didn't want to have an abortion because she felt life was more important, regardless of how it happened, because it was from a grace of God.
Right, yeah, Charlie makes that point frequently when people try to debate him on the point of abortion, is they say, well, you're not even against abortion in the case of rape or incest, which, you know, the vast majority of Americans are for the option of abortion for those reasons, but, you know, that's his point.
I disagree with you 100%.
Okay, but I'm not making that point. I'm just saying, okay, are you not listening to what I'm saying? I'm not making that argument. I'm just saying that was something that Charlie would be frequently criticized for, because he has a position that abortion is wrong in all cases except where maybe there's a carve out for the life of the mother being imminently in danger, but he says that issue even is overblown incredibly, and a lot of times when doctors will do an abortion saying the life of the mother is in danger, he's saying that's not actually the case. There are provisions they could take too. So anyway, so he's extreme in the pro-life position as far as, you know, aligned with the vast majority of Americans, but so she was there to validate his perspective, I imagine.
Dude, I heard the chick that Planned Parenthood died.
So, can I ask a question? What exactly is Ben Carson's role as far as the Trump administration today?
I don't think anything. He was in the last Trump administration.
Yeah.
Is he reading off his phone?
Oh, I mean, he sounds horrible.
Oh my God.
I mean, he's enacting a very impactful message, but at the same time, it's like he just sounds very mechanical, very robotic. I mean, I don't know about anybody else, but I'm kind of glad that Ben Carson did not become president.
Well, he's not a wonderful speaker, but the term brain surgeon is literally synonymous with genius. It's literally used in English to compare you to a genius. And among brain surgeons, he is regarded as perhaps the greatest brain surgeon. In other words, the greatest genius of this genius profession of all.
I thought he became a great director of HUD, like housing unit. I thought he was great with that job.
Yeah, that's an administrative position, but how many brain surgeons do you know? I don't know any.
And the neon.
I would tell you, that guy, I met him when I was 17 years old. Inspired me so much to go to fucking college and not to be out here in the streets when I met him.
This guy
inspired
comes from
me
the projects.
to go to that field.
He comes from the projects.
Yeah, I mean, this dude, he was cool as shit when over the Baltimore.
Stabbed the kid but hit him in the belt buckle when he was in 6th grade.
My friend profiled him like 20 years ago for ABC networks and something called Hopkins 24/7 before he was ever political. And he pioneered a surgery which a little kid had brain cancer, and he cut the kid's brain in half because he
hemispherical dissection.
Doc, can you let Norm finish?
So I know he's participating. Maybe had a drink. So the half that remained compensated for the missing half, and the kid had a normal life with half a brain. Because at that age, brain development was so unformed in this kid
the remaining hemisphere compensated for the whole thing.
Well, as long as you leave like the reptile brain, like the pons, the brain magnum where the spinal cord comes up in, and then like you still leave like the integumentary system with like the thalamus, the hypothalamus, and like the pituitary glands, so you're still able to have normal function. The brain will compensate. I agree.
Serendipity, check your telegram, please.
Okay. Anna Polina Luna, she's a congresswoman.
I mean, Ben Carson is a good embodiment of the
8
truth
years,
that
like a few years
medicine
ago.
and science
Prophecy.
are not antagonistic to God and closeness to God and religion and Christianity and love of God and family and all of those very simple, traditional, eternal human values.
I'm sorry, could you just repeat that?
Moose, he was regarded as one of the best, if not the best, believe it or not. I said, Ben Carson is an embodiment of the truth that medicine, ology, science is not antagonist to God, to a belief in God, to godliness, to Christianity, to the eternal values that we get from religion. Because he's both godly and a medical surgical genius.
Yeah, but he's not a good public speaker. I'm sorry.
I guess not. Okay, well, you can't.
He's not. I mean, that's my personal opinion. You know, when you look at the likes of, Barack Obama, or you look at the likes of, Donald Trump, it's kind of one of those things where there's a certain execution of speech that makes the sentiments resolute and, succinct. I just don't think that Ben Carson has that type of execution. That's just my personal opinion.
Oh, I mean, without a doubt. I mean, if anyone remembers the debates during the 2016 election cycle, there was one of the Republican debates where he just froze in the camera like a deer in the headlights, and Trump sort of like patted him on the back like, "Hey, all right, buddy," or something like that. It was very awkward, but
but that was the problem that led to, like, I've been in Democrats since 93,
sir.
And Biden was the incumbent.
Okay. All right, I'm going to move you. No, you can stay. I'm just going to move you to the audience for a minute. But I never understood why Ben Carson, being the brain surgeon, was then made the director of housing and urban development. Did he? I remember thinking that was odd at the time.
I understand that as well. I would have thought that his more appropriate role would have been health secretary.
Yeah, I mean, did he have any experience in housing and urban development? Or?
I mean, in my personal opinion, I don't think that he did. I mean, anybody would arguably question the fact that maybe perhaps that was a DEI appointment, to be able to mitigate and control, minority usage of government-led programs. I mean, I'm just being very honest. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I remember having that thought at the time. Is did he just put this brain surgeon in housing and urban development because he's black for the optics? Was what I thought.
Well, and then there's also, the whole background. You know what I mean? As far as, perhaps he had a certain experience, in that realm, for which that his expertise in the proper execution and meticulous analysis of certain constructs could have rendered his more social experience and personal experience very valuable to that field. But looking at it from a political optical perspective, I feel like, I mean, he definitely probably would have been very well qualified based on
accolades and academics, to ascend into a position of the healthcare secretary. I mean, that in my personal opinion would have been my Trump first term wish list. Especially during the pandemic, especially during the pandemic.
I don't know, man. Carson was raised in the projects of Detroit. I don't see anybody that can understand.
Well,
you know, he is from Detroit.
That's why I offered up that explanation as an alternative, right? Because again, maybe perhaps through his experience and also his attention to detail, numbers, analytics, and I mean, I couldn't agree with you more.
Is this Pacific on stage now? Who is this?
Yes, it's Jack Pacific.
Ah, yeah, okay.